After a weekend off, the Roseburg baseball team is back at home facing off against the Sheldon Irish. Hello, welcome to Bill Gray Legion Stadium, GMP and Car Wash Field. Matt Jarecki, happy to be with you this afternoon as the Indians find themselves at 7-3 on the season, taking on the 5-6 Sheldon Irish. Welcome to the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. Let them make the run to the dump for you. Call Roseburg Disposal at 673-7122. Indians coming off a 7-3 victory against Sprague last Wednesday. They picked up 3 runs in the first inning, 1 run in the second, and 3 runs in the third. Did a good job pitching. Both Riley Cheney and Danner Wirtz combining for 7 innings, only allowing 3 runs, 1 in the fourth, 1 in the sixth, and 1 in the seventh. They slammed the door, and despite only having 4 hits on the afternoon, they were able to win by 4, 7-3. Paxton Burke scored 2 runs in that game. Dane St. Clair had 1 run. It was a big walk day for the Indians at the plate. They were very patient, and overall, they walked 10 times, plus got a couple of other hit-by pitches as well. That led to a lot of their success, and the hits, they were timely. And you consider 7 runs and a total of just 4 hits. It was big, timely hitting for the Roseburg Indians. They did not have games on Saturday, so they had the weekend off. We'll hear from Coach Thompson in just a second about what they did during their off week. Sounded like a lot of rest. That is the good news. They're going to need that rest this game today. After today, it sparks a start of a road trip. It's going to be a lot of road games coming up for the Indians over the past month. After today, they're going to have 14 more games remaining. 10 of the next 14 are going to be on the road. So, last time at home before they head off to South Eugene. Coming up this weekend for a doubleheader. So they're going to try to make the most of this beautiful weather. Another great day here in the Umpqua Valley. Yesterday was the hottest day of the year so far. Got all the way up to 83 degrees today. A little bit cooler. 73 degrees currently the temperature here in Roseburg. A lovely day for baseball. Not a cloud in sight. Coming off that record-setting, I guess it wasn't record-setting because the record was 88 degrees. Nonetheless, still 83 degrees, the hottest day of the year so far. This whole week, it's going to be above normal seasonal temperatures. Typically around this time of year, about 60 degrees. Today, we're getting 73 degrees and sunny skies. Indians going to try to make the most of the weather and their home field before going on the road quite a bit towards this end of the season. Indians, though, in that game against Sprague, again, 7-3 the victory. Cal Robbins, he went 1 for 3, 2 RBIs. He walked as well and scored a run. Riley Cheney, who pitched in the game, he was the starter through 3 innings, allowed 3 hits with only 1 earned run, a walk and 2 strikeouts. He also was successful at the plate, 1 for 1 with a run scored. Plus, he was also able to reach first base safely with a hit by pitch. Danner Wirtz is in the lineup today. He was also in the lineup in the game against Sprague last week. Came in and threw the last 4 innings. Allowed 5 hits, 2 runs. Only 1 was earned with 2 walks and 3 strikeouts. Again, the start today is going to be Jake Johnson for the Roseburg Indians. Had a big, successful start last week against the South Medford team. Actually, not South Medford, North Medford, I should say. Nonetheless, a big pitching performance for Mr. Johnson in a 3-1 victory against North Medford. Jake Johnson threw 6 innings, allowed 6 hits, a run. It was unearned with 2 walks and 6 strikeouts. Cal Robbins came in and picked up the save a week ago against a very good North Medford team, who, by the way, was facing off against Sheldon this past weekend. And last weekend for Sheldon, they lost 2 games to North Medford, 7-11 and 6-9 versus the Black Tornado on Saturday. The previous Saturday, they did sweep Willamette 8-4 and 8-2. They also beat South Medford last Tuesday. It was a 3-1 victory for the Irish against South Medford. So last Tuesday, it was the Irish facing off against South Medford. Last Tuesday for the Indians, they faced off against North Medford. Both teams won, but after the Indians had the weekend off, Sheldon lost 2 against North Medford. Again, 7-11 and 6-9, couple of close games. We got more to get to here on the Roseburg Disposal pregame show, and we'll take our first time out. When we return, we'll talk things over with Coach Troy Thompson here on 541radio.com and The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event, plus you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Welcome back to the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. Let them make the run to the dump for you. Call Roseburg Disposal at 673-7122. Now, Jarecki here with Coach Thompson. Coach, you guys had the weekend off. What'd you guys do with all that extra time?
Well, we had our normal routine up to the end of the week and did have Saturday off, so that was probably nice for the guys to have a day and get away from it and hopefully do something other than baseball. And then we came back regular time and same time, same place earlier this week, yesterday and Sunday, and here we are again, ready to go on Tuesday, league game.
You got a non-league game in your last game against Sprague. You guys pulled off the victory. What'd you like from your squad in that one?
I thought we came out offensively very, very aggressive, and were able to put those runs on the board early in the first three innings. So it was good to play with the lead and good to get our arms on the mound, the innings we wanted to get out of them. I thought we pitched it well and saw some good things from both those guys, Riley Cheney and Danner Wirtz on the mound. And then, like I said, offensively we were patient, but at the same time, worked the number of walks, and when we had an opportunity to score a few runs with some base hits, we came through in a couple innings there with some RBI opportunities that we came through on. So it was good to see a lot of positives from last week, and hopefully we can carry that forward here into this week.
You guys are home today, but after today, 10 of the next 14 are going to be on the road. How crucial is it to pull off the win here today at home and kind of get the momentum going right before this big long road stretch?
Well, that's just it. You're going to end up on the road at some point in time, especially during our league season. So it's nice to be at home, and hopefully you can play well and take care of what you need to take care of at home, because sooner or later you're going to be on the road and have to do it in a foreign field. So yeah, that's coming up, but we'll certainly get through today and then look ahead to, I believe it is South Eugene this weekend up there on Saturday. So we'll take those on as they come to us and look forward to the opportunity to play those teams on their home field. But right now we're focused on here today and being able to play at home in a beautiful weather day and great setting. So we're excited to be here today.
Jake Johnson gets the start today, 6 innings in his last start. What'd you like out of him from that last start, and what are you hoping to see from him here today?
That's what he's been able to do that, not only this year, but in his career here. He's done an outstanding job of being able to keep teams held down and giving our offense a chance to score runs and keep us in it, or to extend leads, or to be in every ball game he's on the mound. So we're comfortable and confident when Jake's on the mound, and hopefully we see some more of that today after his time off he had this last week. So we like where we're at with our pitchers. All of our arms right now are coming off, like you said, the weekend off. So yeah, we need to come out today and have an opportunity to play well against another very good team in our league here in Sheldon, and then we'll take it as it comes, working toward the weekend.
10 games in the book already. What do you feel like you guys have grown the most in these first 10 games?
You know, we had some question marks in our lineup coming in, and there's still a lot of question marks, but one of the biggest was our starting pitching was going to be who was going to kind of fill those roles. And after, like you say, 10 games, you know, we feel like we have an idea on our arms that can come out and give us some quality innings and give us a chance to stay in some ball games. So we've done a nice job in that aspect with our starting pitching. And, you know, like we always talk about, you got to play consistent defense and have, you know, opportunistic offense. And as we continue to go through our year, we'll hope for more of the same, you know, play solid defense behind our arms and give ourselves a chance offensively. And we've done a pretty good job of that, you know, early on here. A few games we'd like to score a few more runs and that type of thing, but sometimes that's a credit to the arms we're seeing and the other teams playing quality defense as well. So, yeah, more consistent offensively and continue with our pitching and our defense behind it. And as we move forward, those are good things to have go your way.
And that was Coach Thompson here ahead of this game between the Roseburg Indians and the Sheldon Irish. Got one last 1 minute timeout to get in before the first pitch. Stay tuned here on 541radio.com and the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Welcome back to Bill Gray Legion Stadium, Champion Car Wash Field. The Roseburg Indians taking on the Sheldon Irish. Jake Johnson on the mound. First pitch is on its way, and it comes in for a strike. No balls and a strike as we get things started. A little bit earlier than scheduled, 4:29, the first pitch. Johnson ahead, no balls and a strike. His second pitch is popped in the air out towards right field. Fletcher Coleman makes the catch for out number one as he retires. Cam Thomas, the pitcher, who was leading things off for the Sheldon Irish. So one out now here in the top of the first inning. The Irish coming up to the plate. Jose Leon is going to be coming up now, the shortstop. Evan Calling, the first baseman in the 3 spot. Asher Olson, the catcher, batting fourth. One out, nobody on. Johnson in the windup. His first pitch, a breaking ball that misses down low. 1 ball and no strikes. So 1-0 the count from Johnson to Jose Leon. His second pitch misses inside. Now 2 balls and no strikes. So batting average today for Sheldon. Jackson Detzler right behind Asher Olson in the 5 spot. Chase Calling, the DH, batting 6th. Keaton Welch, the third baseman, batting 7th. Eli Wallace, the right fielder, batting 8th. And Wyatt Michaels, the second baseman, batting 9th. 2 balls and a strike. A pitch comes in outside. Now 3 balls and a strike from Jake Johnson. Johnson, the right-hander for Roseburg. Winds and fires. And it's a little bit too low. So it'll be a walk to Leon. Puts a runner at first for Evan Calling, the first baseman. 1 out, 0-0 the score here in the top of the first. Sheldon today going to be wearing black jerseys, green sleeves on the jerseys, green caps for the Irish. The Indians today wearing their pinstripe uniforms, black hats with the Roseburg R on them. Pinstripe jerseys, white with the Roseburg R on the top left corner of the jersey. and then the white pinstripe pants. 1 ball and no strikes to Evan Calling here in the top of the first. A 3-hole hitter, righty, facing off against Johnson, swings and fouls it away. 1 ball and 1 strike, Calling the first baseman today. Him and his brother both in the starting lineup for the Sheldon Irish. Throw back towards first, diving back there safely is Leone. Junior over there at first base. Keep an eye on him. Danner Wirtz defensively at first base. Johnson working out of the stretch. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball in the zone for a strike. Throw down towards second base as the runner's on the move. It's a little bit high from Amos Bowers, the catcher. Stealing second is Leone. So after keeping an eye on him, he's able to snag 2. Pitch missed the zone, so actually was in there for a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes with the runner at second. Here's the pitch. Ooh, up high and hit Calling on the neck. He's going to advance to first with a hit by pitch. So after a fly out to right field to start for Jake Johnson, it's a walk and a hit by pitch to put 2 on. With 1 out here in the top of the first inning. Brings up Asher Olson, the catcher today. Right-handed hitter digs in. As Leone at second, Calling at first. Johnson, his first pitch. Breaking ball, just off the edge of the plate. 1-0. And certainly this season we've seen from Jake him being able to command the zone with his breaking ball. That's pretty good stuff for a high school senior. Trying to settle in here. 1-0. In the zone for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Johnson starting again this season. This is his 5th start of the season. He's 3-1 on the year. Only 9 earned runs on the season. 25 strikeouts to just 6 walks. Misses down low and away. 2 balls and a strike to Asher Olson. And his last start was a week ago against North Medford. 2-1, swing and a miss. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Through 6 innings, which was tied for a season high. Picked up the win in that one, only allowed 1 run. It was unearned. 6 hits, 6 strikeouts, 2 walks. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. There's his first strikeout of the afternoon. Picks up a much-needed second out here with 2 on here in the top of the first. Special thanks to our sponsor, Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call 541-459-1545. So here's Jackson Detzler, the center fielder for the Irish. The left-handed hitter takes a fastball outside. 1 ball and no strikes to Detzler. Detzler, second team first baseman a year ago in the Southwest Conference. One of only a few returning players for the Irish that graduated quite a bit of players last season. 1-0 is fouled back. 1 ball and a strike, including Nolan Miller, Southwest Pitcher of the Year, Southwest Player of the Year. He's now over at the University of Portland. So the Irish reloading this season, and Detzler, the center fielder, going to be a big piece to the team. 1-1, swing and a miss. Nice breaking ball from Johnson. 1 ball and 2 strikes from the right-hander. Again, Leone standing at second. At first base is Evan Colling. Johnson's 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got a breaking ball down and inside, and that'll do it for the Sheldon Irish. 2 left stranded after a walk and a hit by pitch. No errors, no runs, and none coming in with the 2 left stranded. The score is 0-0 as we head down to the bottom of the first inning. You're listening to Roseburg Baseball here on 541radio.com and the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event, plus you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Welcome back to Champion Car Wash Field. Matt Jarecki, happy to be with you this afternoon. Starting lineup now for the Roseburg Indians. Paxton Burke leading things off, followed by Dane St. Clair. Cal Robbins, the third baseman in the 3 spot. Jake Johnson hitting for himself, batting 4th. Luke Robbins, the DH in the 5 spot. A.J. Black batting 6th, the left fielder. Danner Wirtz at first base, batting 7th. Fletcher Coleman at right field, batting 8th. And Caden Austin, the second baseman, rounds out the lineup for Roseburg. Cam Thomas on the mound. First pitch to Paxton Burke. Misses outside on a fastball. 1 ball and no strikes to the left-handed hitter. Here in the bottom of the first inning, 0-0 the score. Second pitch to Burke. Misses the zone. 2 balls and no strikes to Burke, the shortstop. Cam Thomas gets the start today. Right-handed pitcher. Misses outside, 2-0. He was honorable mention player in the 6A ranks this past season in football. Now Thomas's 3-0 is a little bit high above the letters, and it's going to be a walk to Paxton Burke. So the leadoff hitter is aboard for Roseburg, and continuing the trend that we saw from the squad a week ago against Sprague, I guess 6 days ago. Nonetheless, last Wednesday they walked 10 times against the Sprague Olympians. Now they start their afternoon with a walk here. So runner at first, nobody out for the 2-hole hitter, Dane St. Clair. St. Clair shows bunt, bunts it up in the air, third base side. Catching the pop-up is Keaton Welch, the third baseman, for out number 1. So now Cal Robbins will come up to the dish. Now and a runner at first base. Robbins, the big sophomore, digging in. First pitch, he swings and fouls it away. Out towards the right field side. No balls and a strike to Robbins. So Robbins back in the 3 spot today. Throw back towards first base. Diving back there safely is Paxton Burke. Robbins leading the team in batting average this season, hitting .469. 7 extra base hits, 5 triples, 2 doubles for Mr. Robbins. The 0-1 is popped in the air out towards right field. Wyatt Michaels giving chase. The second baseman makes the catch right on the line for out number 2. Offensively today for the Sheldon Irish, you got Bo Travis out in left field, Jackson Detzler in center, Eli Wallace in right, Keaton Welch at third base, Jose Leon the shortstop, Wyatt Michaels at second base, Chase Collin the first baseman, and Asher Olson catching behind the plate. Throw back towards first base, diving back there safely is Paxton Burke. Jake Johnson at the dish for the Indians. First pitch, a little high. 1 ball and no strikes with 2 outs. And the runner at first for the Indians here in the bottom of the first of a 0-0 game. So Johnson trying to help himself out, the starting pitcher for the Roseburg Indians. Throw back towards first base. Burke dives back safely. This season for the Indians, Paxton Burke. He's 4th on the team in batting average. Pitch comes in. Burke trying to steal second. Throw down, and he gets in there safely. So just looking up the statistic, that now his 4th stolen base on the season, had 3 prior to that. It's now a runner at second. 2 balls and no strikes here in the bottom of the 1st. So Johnson an opportunity here to give himself the lead. With the runner in scoring position, Indians trying to strike first. 2-0. Johnson right back up the middle. Burke is waved. He'll come around and he'll come in to score as the throw from Detzler's cut off. And the Indians take the lead 1-0 here in the bottom of the 1st. Jake Johnson again gives himself the lead as the Indians have their first hit and their first run. And just one crack of the bat. So Johnson comes in, or comes through, I should say, as he brings in Paxton Burke from second after the stolen base. A little bit of small ball, and now Luke Robbins singles one through the 5-6 hole into left field. So back-to-back hits on back-to-back pitches. And the Indians have 2 on with 2 out here in the bottom of the 1st, leading 1-0. Now A.J. Black will come up to the plate. Chance to add on to the lead for Roseburg here in the bottom of the 1st. Black, the left fielder, 6-hole hitter. Facing off against Cam Thomas out of the stretch. Thomas delivers a breaking ball inside to Black. 1 ball and no strikes. Special thanks to our sponsor, Dr. Lance and Randall, Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Visit drrandall.com or call 541-378-6694. 1-0 pitch. Black swings and pops it up to the first base side, calling the first baseman, looking for it, and realizes he's run out of real estate. Out of play into the bleachers. 1 ball and 1 strike. So Black at the dish. 6th on the team in batting average this season. Batting .250 on the year. 7 hits, 5 singles, a double, and a triple with just a pair of RBIs. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes to A.J. Black. Black, just a sophomore on this Indians team. Been a consistent starter this season for Roseburg. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Chase the pitch down and away, and it's a strikeout for Thomas for his first strikeout of the afternoon. That'll do it for the Indians in the bottom of the 1st inning. The score is now 1-0 as we head to the top of the 2nd. Indians leave 2 on after 2 hits and 1 run in the inning. No errors for the Irish defensively. 1-0 Roseburg as we head to the top of 2 here on 541radio.com and the score 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in our backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Top of the 2nd inning, it is 1-0 Roseburg here at home. Beautiful day for baseball, 73 degrees, not a cloud in sight here at Champion Car Wash Field. Sheldon Irish coming up to the plate. Jake Johnson on the mound after he gave himself a 1-0 lead. The pitcher with an RBI goes to work here in the top of the second. He wheels and deals. First pitch is fouled away. No balls and a strike to Chase Collin, the DH. He'll be followed by Keaton Welch and Eli Wallace. So 6, 7, 8 due up for the Irish here in the top of the second. Collin, the DH today. Right-handed hitter rattles the bat. Johnson delivers upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike. Jake Johnson in the first inning ran into some trouble. Got a fly out to start to Cam Thomas, his counterpart, then allowed a walk and a hit by pitch. Finished strong, though, with back-to-back strikeouts. Johnson a fastball down low and away. 2 balls and a strike. He's picked up a strikeout against Asher Olson, and then another one against Jackson Detzler. Heart of the order, 4 and 5 batters going down on strikes. 2 balls and a strike. Breaking ball right down Broadway. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Johnson, who looks for his 3rd straight strikeout. The right-hander shakes once. Now will wind. 2-2 pitch. It's called strike 3. Drop 3rd strike. Throw down towards first base in time from Amos Bowers, the catcher, for out number 1. So 3 straight strikeouts dating back to last inning for Jake Johnson. 1 away here in the top of the second. 1-0, Roseburg with the lead. Irish still searching for their first hit of the game. So here's the 7-hole hitter, Keaton Welch, the 3rd baseman. Another righty for the Irish. Fouls off the first pitch he sees right behind the plate. No balls and a strike. Welch, a freshman for Sheldon. It's a young team that graduated a lot of players last season. So it's a very youthful Sheldon squad. The 0-1, a fastball taken for a strike on the outside part of the plate. Johnson's ahead, 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Johnson. Poked out towards right field, and it drops down for a base hit right in front of Fletcher Coleman. So Keaton Welch, the freshman, picks up the first hit of the day for the Irish. Puts a runner at first with 1 out here in the top of the second. 1-0, Roseburg leading, thanks to, again, Jake Johnson's RBI single last inning. Now here's Eli Wallace, the right fielder. Another right-handed batter for the Irish. Johnson's first pitch is fouled back, 0-1. Wallace just got a piece of it. Lengthy fella at the plate, 6'4", on the roster. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball inside. Dodging it was Wallace. 1-1. So Wallace, a junior, 6'4". You can certainly see the size out there. 1-1. High chopper out towards the left side of the infield. Burke fields on a few hops. Throw on the run to first base in time to retire Wallace. Heck of an athletic play from Paxton Burke to away as Keaton Welch moves over to second base on the slow chopper. So now a runner at second. 2 outs here in the top of the second. Now the 9-hole hitter, Wyatt Michaels, will come to the plate. So here's Wyatt Michaels. First pitch. Maybe a little bit high above the letters. 1 ball and no strikes. Johnson has an opportunity here. Let's get out of the inning unscathed. In trouble once again with a runner in scoring position. Trying to preserve that 1-0 lead. 1-0. Fastball. Called a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Johnson able to connect with the low outside corner. Catches the zone right at the knees. Out of the stretch, Johnson comes set at the waist, looks back towards second, Caden Austin covering. Johnson kicks towards the dish and misses down and away. He's looking for the same spot, couldn't connect that time. 2 balls and a strike. Johnson ready. 2-1 pitch. Hit out towards right field and foul. 2-2. So Johnson a strike away from getting out of the inning, picking up his 4th strikeout. Trying to wrap up his first time through the order here in the top of the second inning. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Johnson's pitch, breaking ball, grounded towards the left side. Burke fields it on 2 hops. Sidearms it to first. Dana Wirtz is there for the final out. 1 hit, 1 left stranded. No runs and no errors. We're heading now to the bottom of the 2nd inning. The score is 1-0 in favor of Roseburg. Indians coming up to the plate on the other half of this break here on 541radio.com. And the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I'm confused by the huge market swings.
Get a better understanding of your finances. At Palm Wealth Management, we care about your priorities and help restore financial security. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Do I have enough money put away to retire?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you. Just ask your neighbor.
They reflect a style as unique as you are. They make first impressions. They provide space, add lasting beauty and security. Quality is a reflection of who you are. That's why all your fencing projects begin here.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you.
Bottom of the 2nd inning, it is 1-0, Roseburg with the lead. Dana Wirtz is going to be leading things off here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Batters 7, 8, and 9. Dana Wirtz, Fletcher Coleman, and Caden Austin due up against Cam Thomas. So he wraps up his first time through the order. Jake Johnson did just that in the top half of the inning. So here's Dana Wirtz, the big first baseman, just a freshman out there. Talked about the size of Eli Wallace. Well, Wirtz is equally as big as he gets one up the middle for a base hit. Able to poke it through the middle hole between second and short. Dana Wirtz leads things off with a single, the 3rd hit of the game for the Roseburg Indians. Brings up Fletcher Coleman here with the runner at first. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 2nd. 1-0 the score. Special thanks to our sponsor, Chuck Schwarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? So here's Fletcher Coleman. He shows bunt immediately. Tries to bunt, and it goes off the netting behind the plate. Foul. 0-1. So we saw that last inning with Dane St. Clair. He tried to lay down a bunt, sacrifice himself, and advance the runner in Paxton Burke over to second. He was unsuccessful. Popped it up right to third, and Keaton Welch came in and make the catch for the first out last inning. We'll see if Coleman shows bunt again. Throw back towards first. Wirtz dives back there safely. Wirtz this season, no stolen bases for the Indians as Coleman takes a fastball outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. So the Indians with 3 hits now on the afternoon. They had 4 against Sprague last week on the Wednesday non-league game. 1-1, Coleman takes a fastball for a strike, 1-2. Fletcher Coleman was one of those players with a hit in the game against Sprague. Went 1 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored. Grounds one up the middle. The shortstop, Leon Fields, goes to 2 for 1. Michael's throw to first in time. It's a double play. So 6-4-3, 2 away, and nobody on now for the Indians here in the bottom of the 2nd. Brings up Caden Austin, the 9-hole hitter. So the Irish turn 2. Now Cam Thomas and out away from getting out of the inning. A little bit of a stoppage. Looked like a ball got thrown over the fence. Looks like there's another baseball game happening across the fields, across the way on the fields towards center field. One may have found its way to the ballpark, and they had to stop play for that. First pitch now to Caden Austin. Fouled back, no balls, and a strike. So Austin, the 9-hole hitter, comes to the dish. This season, batting .233 for the Indians, 7 hits overall. He's been the starting second baseman in every game. Swings and misses. Falls behind, no balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2. Austin swings, dribbler out towards third, barehanded by Welch. The throw to first base in time. Heck of a play by the freshman to barehand the chopper and throw it across the diamond to retire Austin for the final out. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and none left stranded. We're heading now to the 3rd inning. It is 1-0 the score. Roseburg with the lead. You're listening to Roseburg Baseball here on 541radio.com and the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Turn your home into your dream sanctuary with help from Douglas County Farmers Co-op. For over 100 years, we've carried everything you need to keep your garden and crops green and growing, including a large selection of soil mixes, composts, fertilizers, and other soil amendments. You'll also find stones, boulders, gravel, and more to add structure and diversity to your yard. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Top of the 3rd inning, it is 1-0 the score. Roseburg with the lead. Special thanks to our sponsor, Flyaway Travel. Contact the travel experts at Travel Leader, Flyaway Travel, and make sure you have an agent in your corner. Call 541-672-5701. First pitch from Jake Johnson here in the top of the 3rd inning is a breaking ball that drops in the zone for a strike. 0-1. Cam Thomas, Jose Leon, and Evan Calling due up. The 0-1 pitch. Check swing. It goes down the first base line just right of the chuck. Foul. No balls and 2 strikes. So here's Cam Thomas at the plate. 0-for-1 with a fly out to right field. 0-2 pitch from Johnson. High. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Johnson, who looks to retire Cam Thomas, his counterpart, for the 2nd time today. 1-2 pitch. Bouncer. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Irish just 1 hit their first time through the order. It was Keaton Welch, the freshman, who had a phenomenal barehanded play the bottom half of the inning to end the inning for the Indians offensively. Ground ball towards the right side. Austin fields his throw on the run to first base in time to retire Thomas. It is now 5 p.m. With that, we'll pause 10 seconds for station identification. First pitch is fouled away by Jose Leon. No balls and a strike after Cam Thomas's ground out. Nobody on, 1 out here on the top of the 3rd. 1-0 the score. Roseburg with the lead. Johnson's 0-1 pitch is grounded to third on 1 hop. Cal Robbins fields, throws over to first base, and retires Leon for out number 2. So now 2 outs, nobody on for Evan Calling. Calling was hit by a pitch his first time up. First baseman digs in. First pitch to the right-handed hitter. Taken for a strike. Fastball right at the chest. No balls and a strike. Johnson looking for his first 1-2-3 inning. The 0-1. Grounded to third. Fielding it on a backhand is Robbins. The long throw to first base in time to retire Calling. 1-2-3, the Irish go. We'll now head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. It is 1-0, Roseburg with the lead. Here on 541radio.com and the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
How should I be investing my money?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
In today's big box store, how-to YouTube video world, it is hard to do it yourself. If you're fixing your fence or putting in a new one, the only place to start is Quality Fence. We stock almost anything you need and take the time to show you how to really do it yourself. Visit the Quality Fence showroom in Roseburg and get great fencing ideas at QualityFenceCo.com.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you.
Bottom of the third inning, it is 1-0, Roseburg with the lead. Great day for baseball. Stick around in about an hour as we hope this game wraps up by then. At least at 6 o'clock, the Oregon State Beavers are going to be playing a baseball game down in California, facing off against the UCLA Bruins. Big series for the Bruins as they face off against Oregon State starting tonight, and then later on this week, they're going to be facing off against the Oregon Ducks. So got the Beavers and Ducks. It feels like we're back to the Pac-12, except we're not, but kind of, at least this week. At least we'll feel that way. After we're done with this Roseburg baseball game, we'll get you over to the Oregon State game coming up with Mike Parker on the call. 1-0, Roseburg with the lead here in the bottom of the third. First pitch to Paxton Burke is cut on and missed. No balls and a strike from Cam Thomas. So Thomas still out there, the right-hander for the Sheldon Irish. Winds and fires the 0-1. Chopper out towards the right side on 2 hops. It's Michaels who fields it and throws to first to retire Paxton Burke for out number 1. 1 out, nobody on in a 1-0 game now for Dane St. Clair. St. Clair 0 for 1, trying to lay down a sacrifice bunt his first time up. It was popped up to third. So 0 for 1 is the center fielder. First team All-League selection a year ago. St. Clair swings and tomahawks one up the middle. Diving play at second by Michaels. The throw to first base, not in time. St. Clair legs it out for an infield single. Fourth hit of the afternoon for the Indians. You got a runner at first. And with 1 out in the bottom of the third, leading by 1. Brings up Cal Robbins. Robbins 0 for 1. Popped up to second base his first time up. Let's get the second chance against Cam Thomas. First pitch. Robbins swings and pops it up behind the plate. No balls and a strike. Callie transfer from Douglas High School. First team Far West League a year ago with the Trojans. Having a good sophomore season with the Roseburg Indians. Again, leading the team in batting average with 7 extra base hits this season. Gets one up the middle, off the mitt of Thomas. He collects, throws to first base. It's a high throw, but keeping his toe on the bag is Chase Collin for out number 2. It advances St. Clair over to second. A good play by Thomas on the mound who deflected and then go collect it. And throw out Robbins for out number 2. So runner in scoring position now for Jake Johnson. 2 outs. An opportunity to pick up his second RBI and give himself a 2-0 lead heading into the fourth. First pitch. Jake lines it to right field. It's down the right field line. Heading around third and coming in to score is St. Clair. It's the second hit and second RBI for Jake Johnson today. And the Indians extend their lead. It is 2-0. First pitch swinging. And just like that, the Indians double their lead. And Jake Johnson is 2 for 2. 2 RBIs. Doing it all today for the Indians. Now here's Luke Robbins, the DH. Runner at first, 2 outs. First pitch, fastball down and away, 2-0. Luke 1 for 1. Had a base hit his first time up. 1-0. Check swing. He went around. Breaking ball dropped in for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike to Luke Robbins. Indians trying to improve to 4-1 in league play this season. Throw back towards first base. Diving back there safely is Johnson. Indians were ranked number 7 in the OSA coaches poll in the 6A ranks. Came out today. Currently in the RPI, ranked number 4. Off-speed pitch high. 2 balls and a strike. Entering today, the Indians were 4 out of 48 teams at the 6A ranks. That's at least according to the RPI. Got a couple of top 10 wins on the season. 2-1, grounded foul. 2-2. So a couple of big wins in the early season for Coach Thompson. Asked him about it. He didn't feel like he was too pleased with the ranking. Said it was early in the season. Certainly they like the accolades, but it's not something they're focused on. They're just focused on trying to win some baseball games. 2-2, popped in the air out towards center field. Detzler charges in, and he makes the catch for out number 3. Well, the Indians add on to their lead here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. They're able to score 1 run on 2 hits. They leave 1 stranded. No errors defensively for Sheldon. The score is 2-0. Roseburg with the lead as we head to the 4th here on 541radio.com. And the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event, plus you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Top of the 4th inning. Special thanks to our sponsor, DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop, as well as Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. So Jake Johnson back on the bump. Right-hander has been excellent today, not only pitching, but also at the plate. He has 2 hits, 2 RBIs. He's out hitting Sheldon right now. So the Irish only have 1 hit through the first 3 innings. And make it 2 as I say that. Single out towards left field by Asher Olson on the first pitch here in the top of the 4th inning. So runner at first, nobody out for the Irish here in the top of the 4th. Brings up Jackson Detzler, the center fielder. So Detzler up to the plate with a runner at first. Indians leading 2-0 thanks to Jake Johnson's second hit and RBI. Bringing in Dane St. Clair in the bottom of the 3rd. Johnson brought in Paxton Burke back in the 1st inning. Indians scoring 1 in the 1st and 1 in the 3rd. Irish still scoreless. Bunt up the middle. Johnson, the pitcher, collects, throws to first base. Wirtz is there for out number 1. So it's a sac bunt by Jackson Detzler. Asher Olson moves into scoring position at second base. So, runner at second, 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. Brings up Chase Collin. Calling a strikeout his first time up. His second look at Jake Johnson, who's working out of the stretch. First pitch, fastball in the zone for a strike, 0-1. So Johnson had 3 strikeouts the first time through the order. Hasn't had a strikeout since the one against Calling back in the 2nd. That started the inning. It was 3 straight strikeouts. None since then. The 0-1 gets behind the batter in Calling, advancing over to third base is Olson on the wild pitch from Johnson. So now a runner 90 feet away from scoring with a 1-1 count here in the top of the fourth. One ball and one strike. Here's the pitch. Fastball down and away, 2-1. So Johnson trying to settle in. High danger situation, 2-run game. But a run threatening at third. 2-1. Not sure where it misses the zone. Really close one, but called a ball by the home plate umpire. 3 balls and 1 strike. Looked to me like he connected with the low outside corner where Johnson's gotten some favorable strike calls today. Not that time. 3-1. Ground ball towards the right side. That'll score the runner from third. Coming in to score is Asher Olson as it's a ground out to second by Chase Cohen. Picks up an RBI, and it is now a 1-run game. So nobody on and 2 outs. 2-1 the score. Foul back by Keaton Welch. 0-1. No balls and a strike. Here's the pitch. Ground ball towards the left side, and it's foul. 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes to Welch, who's 1 for 1, had a single back in the second. The only hit so far prior to this inning for the Irish. Asher Olson led off this inning with a single. Advanced to second with the sac bunt, and then advanced to third with the wild pitch. And now coming in to score. The 0-2, breaking ball high, 1-2. So the Irish on the board here in the top of the fourth. Johnson trying to keep the damage at just 1. Thankful that he picked up that second RBI. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Johnson gets his 4th strikeout and gets out of the inning with just 1 run coming in. 1 hit, 1 run. No errors and none left stranded. We're now heading to the bottom of the 4th inning. The score is 2-1, Roseburg with the lead. You're listening to Roseburg Baseball. You're on 541radio.com and the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in our backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your 4-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Bottom of the 4th inning, it is 2-1, Roseburg with the lead. Just got a text from Joey Kieran. He said, Roseburg softball versus the defending state champion Sheldon Irish. Top of the 4th inning, it is 2-0 Roseburg. That game happening right now at the Roseburg softball complex. If you're listening on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM, you can go over to Finlay Field area in that football, softball complex area and go watch the end of that Roseburg softball game. If not, you can head over here to Champion Car Wash Field to catch the end of this one. 2-1 the score, 1 ball and no strike to A.J. Black. 1-0 down and away. 2 balls and no strikes from Cam Thomas, still out there for the Sheldon Irish. He also texted me, South Medford up 2-0 against Grants Pass. That's big. Grants Pass currently in first base in the Southwest Conference standings. 2-0 is fouled away by Black. 2 balls and a strike. So Sheldon able to get a hit and a run in the top half of the 4th inning. Bring it back within 1 after the Indians stretch the lead to 2 last inning. Pitch down and away. 3 balls and a strike from Cam Thomas. his second time through the order. He's allowed 5 hits, 2 runs so far. Only 1 walk. 3-1. Pop up out towards right field. Eli Wallace fighting the sun, finds the ball for out number 1. So now nobody on for Danner Wirtz. He's 1 for 1 with a single. First pitch swinging his last time up. So Wirtz looks for his second hit of the game. Big freshman in the backs against Cam Thomas. The right-hander deals up and inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Wirtz found tips a pitch. 1 ball and 1 strike. Just saw a kid walk by wearing goggles as sunglasses. 1-1. Down and inside, 2-1. I've never seen that strategy before. I mean, you certainly could wear goggles as sunglasses if they're tinted enough. 2-1, down and away, 3-1. I'm not sure how comfortable they'd be. But, I mean, you certainly could do it. 3-1. It's a little bit low, and Wirtz is going to advance to first with a walk. So, runner at first, 1 out. Wirtz aboard for the second time today. Just the second walk given up by Cam Thomas. Brings up Fletcher Coleman, the 8-hole hitter. Coleman, the lefty, takes a pitch down low. 1 ball and no strikes. I mean, the goggles as sunglass strategy could certainly work in the summer. Pretty versatile. You could hop in the river and then hop out. Still have your quote-unquote sunglasses on. Make the car ride home maybe a little bit easier. The bright sun. Certainly been nice to see the sun as of late. Feels like it's fully spring here, although it is going to cool down a little bit this weekend and into next week. 3 balls and no strikes to Fletcher Coleman. Pitch outside. So a 4-pitch walk will put 2 on with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Brings up the 9-hole hitter, Caden Austin. Special thanks to our sponsor, Cascade Community Credit Union. Belong to Douglas County. So 2 on, 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Austin trying to come through. Stretch the lead back to 2 with Wirtz standing in scoring position at second. Pitch in the turf. Stopping it behind the plate is Asher Olson. 1 ball and no strikes. So Thomas trying to find the zone. 1-0. Austin taking all the way, and he takes a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike from Thomas. See if Caden Austin gets the green light here. 1-1. He takes again, and it's called a strike. Thomas connects with the low outside corner. Fastball right there. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Thomas is 1-2. Outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes from the 9-hole hitter, Caden Austin, who grounded out to third. It's a heck of a play by Keaton Welch. Barehanded a chopper and threw it to first to beat the speedy Caden Austin. He's going to go play football next season at Valley City State. Cuts through this one. A strikeout for Cam Thomas. That's his second strikeout. Puts 2 outs on the board here in the bottom of the 4th. So it brings up Paxton Burke, top of the order now for Roseburg. 2 on, 2 out, 2-1 the score. First pitch, Burke takes low and away. 1 ball and no strikes to the left-handed hitter. Burke walked, stole a base, and scored in the first. Grounded out to second, last inning to lead things off in the third. Chance for an RBI, the 1-0. Burke late on the swing, fouls it away. 1 ball and 1 strike. So looking for a clutch 2-out hit here. Thomas looks back towards second. Now to the plate, 1-1. Up and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. Burke this season has 8 RBIs. Second on the team to Jake Johnson, who now has 13 on the season. 2-1. Burke grounds the ball towards the right side. Sliding play at second by Michaels. He gets up, throws to first base, and retires Burke to end the inning. Indians get 2 aboard via the walk, but they're both left stranded. No runs, no hits, and no errors. We're heading to the 5th inning. The score is 2-1, Roseburg leading. You're listening to Roseburg Baseball here on 541radio.com and the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I'm confused by the huge market swings.
Get a better understanding of your finances. At Palm Wealth Management, we care about your priorities and help restore financial security. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Do I have enough money put away to retire?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you. Just ask your neighbor.
They reflect a style as unique as you are. They make first impressions. They provide space, add lasting beauty, and security. Quality is a reflection of who you are. That's why all your fencing projects begin here.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you.
Two to one the score as we begin the top of the 5th inning here on a beautiful afternoon in the Umpqua Valley. Jake Johnson back on the bump. He's been excellent so far today, offensively and defensively. He's brought in both of the runs for Roseburg and has also pitched 4 solid innings as he begins his 5th solid inning, hopefully, of work. Eli Wallace, Wyatt Michaels, and Cam Thomas, 8, 9, and 1, due up for the Sheldon Irish. So the Indians up by 1. Sheldon scoring their first run of the game last inning, got their 2nd hit of the afternoon. First pitch is popped up a mile in the sky out towards the third base side. Cal Robbins trying to find it and finally does as he catches the ball right where the third base coach stands for out number 1. So Wallace now 0 for 2 after grounding out to short his first time up. Pops up to third base this time, and now Wyatt Michaels, the 9-hole hitter, who's 0 for 1, will dig in with nobody on and 1 out in a 1-run game. Trying to bunt himself aboard as he bunts it to the first base side. Fielding it at first is Wirtz. He tags out Michaels for out number 2. So he tried to bunt it to first. Wirtz able to field it and tag out Michaels in time. So just like that, 2 pitches and 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. Brings up Cam Thomas, 0 for 2, fly out to right field and a ground out to second. Johnson's first pitch, breaking ball that drops in for a strike, 0-1. Looked like maybe the changeup that time from Johnson. 0-1, here's the pitch. Went right back to it, drops it in for another strike at the knees. No balls and 2 strikes to Thomas. Johnson looking for a 1-2-3 inning. The righty winds, fires. Grounder towards the left side, and it goes foul. Do the 0-2 again to Thomas. Special thanks to our sponsor, McClendon Smokehouse, a family-owned meat shop and smokehouse offering a wide selection plus fresh produce. Big good and a general grocery selection. Stop by on West Harvard Avenue. Oh-2 pitch. Whacked out towards center field, and it's down for a base hit. So Thomas keeps the inning alive for the Irish We'll turn it over to the two-hole hitter, Jose Leon. So Leon will come to the plate. Runner at first, 2 outs in a 1-run game. Tying run at first base here in the top of the 5th inning. Johnson out of the stretch. Kicks and deals. Fastball down and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Looks like another close one. Johnson doesn't get the call on. 1-0. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase on a pitch outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Leon. Walked and stole a base in the first. Grounded out to third in the 3rd inning. Johnson's 3rd time through the order. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. It's a 3-pitch strikeout. And that'll do it for the Irish in the top of the 5th inning. So the first pitch was actually called a strike. Either way, Johnson will take it as we'll head to the bottom of the 5th inning. The score is 2-1 in favor of the Roseburg Indians. Indians out hitting Sheldon today 5-3 as we head to the bottom of the 5th here on 541radio.com and the score 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Turn your home into your dream sanctuary with help from Douglas County Farmers Co-op. For over 100 years, we've carried everything you need to keep your garden and crops green and growing, including a large selection of soil mixes, composts, fertilizers, and other soil amendments. You'll also find stones, boulders, gravel, and more to add structure and diversity to your yard. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Dane St. Clair leading things off in the bottom of the 5th inning. The score is 2-1 in favor of Roseburg as we begin the bottom of the 5th inning. Cam Thomas still out there for the Sheldon Irish. First pitch to St. Clair, down and away. 1 ball and no strikes to Dane. Up for the 3rd time today. He's 1 for 2. Single, a run score, and a ground out, rather a pop-up to 3rd. 1-0, taken for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike to St. Clair, the center fielder. Picked up the hit his last time up. 1-1. Swings and fouls off the pitch. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So the Indians with 2 runs on 5 hits. No hits last inning for the first time. Tom Hawk down towards the right side. A high chopper. Fielding it as Michaels. The throw to first base just beat St. Clair for out number 1. So a ground out to first brings up Cal Robbins. Nobody on and 1 out. Robbins, a pop up to second, a ground out to the pitcher in his 2 previous plate appearances. First pitch in the zone for a strike, 0-1. 0-1 pitch. Robbins grounds it hard up to the middle. Fielding it on the backhand is Michaels, the second baseman. His throw to first base. In time to retire Robbins for out number 2. Just like that. 2 ground outs a second. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. 2-1, Roseburg with the lead. Again, right after this game, we'll get over to Los Angeles. Out to Westwood. Mike Parker with the call. It's the Oregon State Beavers taking on the UCLA Bruins. Beavers down in Southern California all week. Swing and a miss, 0-1. I believe earlier this week they faced off against Cal State Fullerton, and then the Beavers will have a day off tomorrow, and then they'll begin a series with Cal State Northridge A 1 outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. So we'll get you over to that Oregon State versus UCLA game once this Roseburg game wraps up here on the Score. Great day for baseball. Foul tipped at the plate, 1 ball and 2 strikes. That should be a good one between the Beavers and Bruins. Bruins have a big week right after the Oregon State game today. They got a series with the Oregon Ducks, a top 25 team in the country. Feels like we're back to the Pac-12 days. 1-2, called strike 3, and that'll do it for Jake Johnson, as it's a 1-2-3 inning for Cam Thomas in the bottom of the 5th. We're heading now to the 6th. 2-1 the Score here on 541radio.com and the Score 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Communications radio stations have joined forces with a news review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
How should I be investing my money?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
In today's big box store, how-to YouTube video world, it is hard to do it yourself. If you're fixing your fence or putting in a new one, the only place to start is Quality Fence. We stock almost anything you need and take the time to show you how to really do it yourself. Visit the Quality Fence showroom in Roseburg and get great fencing ideas at QualityFenceCo.com.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you.
Top of the 6th inning, it is 2-1 Roseburg with the lead. Special thanks to our sponsor, Gibbs RV Superstore. You got to get to Gibbs, as well as Palm Wealth Management, a member of D.A. Davidson and Company, member SIPC. So Jake Johnson, who just struck out, it was the 3rd strikeout for Cam Thomas in the bottom of the 5th inning. Johnson goes back to work. He has 2 hits, 2 RBIs today. He's doing it all. He's only allowed 1 run and has brought in 2 via his bat, so really helping himself out and giving himself an opportunity to pick up the win. Now for the Irish, it's going to be the meat of the order, 3, 4, and 5. Here's Evan Collin to lead things off in the top of the 6th. First pitch, Collin chops it towards third, and it goes foul. No balls and 1 strike to Collin. Hit by a pitch, and he ground out to third so far. Thank you for joining us today on The Score. If you are watching online, you can head over to our YouTube channel and subscribe, 1490 The Score. As this one is hit out towards right field, a line drive base hit for Evan Collin. So a single to lead things off for the Irish, just the 4th hit in the afternoon for Sheldon. Now Asher Olsen will come to the plate. Strikeout and a single so far today. We'll see if he sacrifices himself here to try to advance the tying runner into scoring position. Cal Robbins inching in from third base. First pitch, a little bit high. 1 ball and no strike. Olsen did not elect to bunt. Looks like he's going to swing it. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball upstairs. 2-0. Nobody warming up for Roseburg. Johnson looking to go 6 innings again. Through 6 innings last week. Has 2 appearances of 6 innings so far this season. 2-0. Fastball called a strike. 2-1. Tying run at first base. You're in a 2-1 game in the top of the 6th. Johnson's 2-1. Looked at, it's a strike. Right at the knees. 2 balls and 2 strikes as he freezes Olsen. Jackson Detzler is on deck for the Sheldon Irish. Two balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Fouled away. We'll do the 2-2 again. Johnson trying to keep the lead intact. 2-2. Down and away, throw back towards first base, and diving back there safely is Collin. So a big pitch coming up here. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Wonk would advance the tying runner into scoring position with nobody out. Johnson's payoff pitch. Popped in the air out towards right field. Fletcher Coleman heading towards the line, makes the catch in fair territory for out number 1. So big out there for Jake Johnson. Puts an out on the board with the runner at first here in the top of the 6th. 2-1 the score. It's Roseburg with the lead. Looks like a pitcher is warming up for Sheldon. As here's Detzler, first pitch to him is outside, 1-0. Looked like Bo Travis was potentially warming up. See if he comes into the game. 1-0. Chopper towards the right side of the infield. Tough play for Austin. He leaps up, fields the ball, and throws to first base for out number 2. Essentially a swinging bunt to advance the runner into scoring position at second. 2 outs and a big at-bat coming up here to Jackson Detzler. Chase Calling, as Detzler was the one to ground out towards second. So Calling up, he's 0-for-2. Does have an RBI. First pitch, breaking ball down and away, 1-0. Had an RBI ground out his last time up. That was in the 4th. Strikeout swinging, his first time up. So a big at-bat here. 2 outs, a runner in scoring position, and a 2-1 game. Johnson's 1-0. Grounded towards the right side. It's going to find its way into right field. Coleman fields it. Being waved as Collin. The throw comes home. It's late, and the Irish have tied it at 2. RBI single by Chase Calling to bring in his brother Evan. And the Irish even the score at 2 here in the 6th. So it brings up Keaton Welch. Irish now have 5 hits on the afternoon. Now runner at first, 2 outs. Check swing, he went around. No balls and a strike to Welch, who's 1-for-2, single and a strikeout. So the Irish, over the last few innings, once in the 4th and now here in the 6th, have scored a run. Pitch comes in the zone for a strike, throw down towards second, goes into the outfield. It's a stolen base by Chase Calling. So now the go-ahead run is in scoring position. No balls and 2 strikes for Sheldon. Keaton Welch at the plate. Johnson looking to keep the damage at just 1. Get out of the inning and then give his offense a chance in the bottom of the 6th. Steps off the mound. Gets back on it. The 0-2. Outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. It'll be Luke Robbins, A.J. Black, and Danner Wirtz. 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Indians in the bottom half of the 6th inning. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Johnson picks up his 6th strikeout, but not before the Irish score 1 run on 2 hits. They leave 1 stranded. No errors defensively for the Indians. We're now heading to the bottom of the 6th inning. The score is 2-2. Brand new ball game. Indians going to try to retake the lead here on 541radio.com. And the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Bottom of the sixth inning, it is 2-2 the score. Luke Robbins coming up to the plate. First pitch. Drops in for a strike. 0-1 to Robbins with Cam Thomas back out there for the Sheldon Irish. Sheldon able to tie the game at 2 in the top half of the sixth inning. Robbins chasing a pitch that dropped about a foot in front of the plate in the turf. No balls and 2 strikes as it bounces in. Looked like Vlad Guerrero out there swinging at a gopher ball. The 0-2. He's frozen. It's called strike 3. 3-pitch strikeout for Cam Thomas. He makes Robbins look silly. Back-to-back strikeouts. 4 on the afternoon for Thomas, who has just settled in after allowing the 2 runs on 5 hits in the first 3 innings. He has not allowed a hit over the past 2 1/3, as this is a swing and a foul ball by A.J. Black. 0-1 the count with 1 out. Nobody on here or in the bottom of the 6th inning. The 0-1. Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Special thanks to our sponsor, Quality Fence, doing it right for you. Call 541-664-2281 or visit qualityfenceco.com. Black pops up the ball deep towards left center field. It's going back, and it's over the head of Jackson Detzler towards the wall. He bobbles it on the wall. Black's digging for 3. He's going to get there safely with a triple. A.J. Black, a monstrous triple, puts the go-ahead run in scoring position at third, 90 feet away with just 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. So it brings up Danner Wirtz. Infield comes in for the Irish. First pitch, Wirtz takes it above the chest. 1-0. Wirtz today, a single and a walk. 2 for 2 on base percentage. Trying to come through here in a tie game. 1-0. Wirtz takes low. 2 balls and no strikes. Indians now have 6 hits on the afternoon. Their first since the 3rd. Wirtz takes a strike. 2-1. Big at bat here for the young freshman. 2-1. Takes it inside. 3-1. Wirtz threw a no-hitter against South Medford a couple of weekends ago. Now trying to make an impact at the plate. 3-1. Called a strike. Low outside corner. Full count now to Wirtz. Fletcher Coleman is on deck. Payoff pitch. Wirtz chops it up the middle. It's through for a base hit, and the Indians will retake the lead. 3-2 as Danner Wirtz deposits it into center field. And A.J. Black comes in and scores. It's a triple, then a single, and the Indians back leading by 1. Brings up Fletcher Coleman. Still 1 out in the inning. First pitch down and away. 1 ball and no strikes. So the Indians lead 3-2 here on the bottom of the 6th inning. 1-0 pitch. Taken for a strike. 1-1. Got a text moments ago from Joey Keyran. Top of the 6th inning, Roseburg softball up 3-0 against Sheldon. So both teams currently leading in the 6th inning. 1-1, dribbler out towards left side. Welch, the third baseman, a long-ranging play to field the ball, and he throws over to first base to retire Coleman for out number 2. Wirtz advances to second, so runner in scoring position now for Roseburg. 2 away in a 1-run game, and they'd love the extra insurance with Caden Austin coming up to the plate. Indians leading 3-2 against the Irish. First pitch, Austin swings and fouls it away. 0-1. Again, we'll try and wrap things up as quick as possible. Get you over to the Oregon State game after this one wraps up. Beavers taking on the Bruins down in Los Angeles. And now a potential pitching change here. Mound meeting happening with Sheldon. Ryan Vogel, the head coach of the Sheldon Irish. So no balls and 1 strike to Caden Austin. Pitch. Up and inside. Throw back towards second, and getting back there just in time was the pinch runner. I believe it's Riley Cheney out there. So Cheney's in for Danner Wirtz. So Cheney at second. 1 ball and 1 strike. Pitch taken for a strike by Austin. 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 outs and the runner at second in a 3-2 game. Thomas's pitch. Fouled away by Austin. He stays alive. Austin 0 for 2. Ground out to third and a strikeout. One, 2. High. 2-2. Austin last season against the Sheldon Irish. 2 for 9 in RBI, plus a run scored. Looking for his first hit against the Irish this season. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Chased an elevated fastball, and that'll do it for the Indians in the bottom of the 6th inning. Indians score, though, and that's all that matters. They're going to have the lead as we head to the top of the 7th after 2 hits, 1 run, and 1 left stranded. 5th strikeout for Thomas ends the inning. The Indians will try to close it out here on 541radio.com. And the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I'm confused by the huge market swings.
Get a better understanding of your finances. At Palm Wealth Management, we care about your priorities and help restore financial security. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Do I have enough money put away to retire?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you. Just ask your neighbor.
They reflect a style as unique as you are. They make first impressions. They provide space, add lasting beauty, and security. Quality is a reflection of who you are. That's why all your fencing projects begin here.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you.
Top of the 7th inning, it is 3-2. Roseburg with the lead. Jake Johnson back on the mound. He's going to try to close it out for a complete game performance. He's set to face off against batters 8, 9, and 1. Here in the top of the 7th inning, 3-2 the score. It is Roseburg with the lead. Indians up to 7 hits today to the Irish's 5, but leading by 1. Johnson winds and delivers. First pitch here in the 7th, a fastball for a strike, 0-1. Eli Wallace at the dish, 0 for 2, ground out to short and a pop up to third. The lengthy junior, right-handed hitter, sees an 0-1 pitch, grounds it towards the left side, past the diving Robbins, deep in the hole, Burke Fields, but he has no play. It's going to go down as an infield single. So puts the tying run aboard here in the top of the 7th inning. It'll bring up Wyatt Michaels, and we'll see if he lays down a sacrifice bunt. Special thanks to Bowers Industrial, a proud supporter of our local community and youth sports. Runner at first, nobody out. Bunt shown, it's pulled back, and the pitch misses outside. 1 ball and no strikes. So Johnson trying to close out this game. He has 2 of the 3 RBIs today. Trying to pitch 7 complete innings. Bunt up the first base side. Fielding it is Johnson. Underhands it to first. Wirtz is there. As advancing to second on the play is Eli Wallace. 1 out. And now the tying run in scoring position on the sac bunt by Wyatt Michaels. Now Cam Thomas, the pitcher, comes up to the plate. Chance to help himself out. As of right now, he'd be credited with the loss. So he's able to bring in the runner and Wallace from second. He'll potentially avoid the loss here. Left to be seen whether or not he'll come back out for the bottom of the 7th inning if the Irish do tie it. And this may be it for Jake Johnson. So we're going to have a pitching change. Looks like Cal Robbins is going to come into the game. So Jake Johnson, he'll exit with 1 out and a runner at second here in the top of the 7th. We'll get you the final numbers on Jake Johnson on the other half of this break here on 541radio.com. And the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Turn your home into your dream sanctuary with help from Douglas County Farmers Co-op. For over 100 years, we've carried everything you need to keep your garden and crops green and growing, including a large selection of soil mixes, composts, fertilizers, and other soil amendments. You'll also find stones, boulders, gravel, and more to add structure and diversity to your yard. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Top of the 7th, it is 3-2. Roseburg with the lead. Sheldon has the tying run in scoring position here in the top of the 7th. Indians able to take the lead on an RBI hit by Danner Wirtz, bringing in A.J. Black in the bottom half of the 6th inning. The Irish, Eli Wallace, an infield hit to lead things off. A sac bunt by Wyatt Michaels, and now Cam Thomas will come up to the plate after Jake Johnson exits after 6 1/3, 6 hits, 2 runs so far. Credited to him, he is responsible for Eli Wallace at second base. Only 1 walk and a hit by a pitch. They both happened in the first inning. And Johnson had 6 strikeouts in his 6 1/3 innings. Good stuff from Jake Johnson today. And now Cal Robbins will come into the game to try to close things out for Roseburg with the runner in scoring position. And he's the tying runner. So here's Cam Thomas, top of the order, due up for the Irish after 3 times through the order. Finally, a new pitcher into the game for Roseburg. Robbins goes from third to the mound. Johnson from the mound to third base. First pitch from Cal. Up and inside. 1 ball and no strikes to Thomas. He's 1 for 3 today. Singled his last time up in the 5th. Ground out to second, and a fly out to right field in his 2 prior ABs. The 1-0 pitch. Elevated for a strike. Ooh. Late call, but it catches the zone right at the chest. 1 ball and 1 strike. So Robbins in for the 4th time this season. Has 2 saves on the season. Looking for his 3rd. 1-1. Fastball low. 2 balls and a strike. He's thrown 3 1/3 innings. 1-0 record with the 2 saves. 2 hits, no earned runs, a walk, and 3 strikeouts this season for Cal. 2-1 pitch. Grounded towards the left side. Diving play not made by Burke. It goes into left field. Black collects, throws it in, and they'll keep the runner in Wallace at third base. So Cam Thomas singles, but Wallace stays at third. It's still a 1-run game here in the top of the 7th. 1 out, runners on the corners, and it brings up Jose Leon. Walk, ground out to third, and a strikeout so far for Leon. Corner of the infield comes in, middle of the infield playing at double play depth. Throw back towards first base, diving back there safely is Thomas. High pressure situation for Cal Robbins. Trying to preserve the lead, close it out and get the victory for Roseburg. First pitch, it's a bunt shown. It's over the head of the batter, Leon. And it's inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Good job by Amos Bowers behind the plate. Field the ball. It'll have to be a brick wall back there with the tying run at third base. Throw back towards first. Diving back there safely is Thomas. Indians anticipating the steal from Thomas. Try to eliminate the double play threat and advance another runner in scoring position. A bunt is shown, and it's bunted foul up the third base side. 1 ball and 1 strike now. Jose Leon. We'll see if he goes for the squeeze once again here. Johnson creeping in from third base. 1-1 pitch. Bunt is on, and it's bunted foul behind the plate. 1-2, so Leon is going to have to swing the bat here. Evan Calling is on deck. 1 ball and 2 strikes with 1 out and runners on the corners in a 1-run game in the top of the 7th. Last year, a pair of games went to extra innings between these 2 schools. 1-2. Inside, taking second base is Thomas, and actually it hit him. So a hit by pitch will load the bases. So the go-ahead run now in scoring position in Cam Thomas. Tying run at third base. Not necessarily the worst-case scenario because you do have the forced play at home plate now. The stakes are even higher for Robbins. Still just 1 out in the inning, and here's Evan Cullen. Robbins steps off the mound. Cullen 1 for 2, hit by a pitch, ground out to third, and a single and a run scored last inning in the 6th. And now Amos Bowers is going to go talk things over with Robbins. Try to calm him down. Just got a text, 4-0 the final for Roseburg softball. So the Indian softball team continues their strong start to the season. Pick up a 4-0 win against the defending state champ, Sheldon Irish. First pitch. Breaking ball high. 1 ball and no strikes. Robbins 1-0. Bounces behind Bowers, coming in from third and in to tie the game as Eli Wallace And we're even at 3. So now the Irish have the go-ahead run at third. And Johnson is credited with 3 runs, so his final line, 6 1/3, 6 hits, 3 runs, a walk, a hit by pitch, and 6 strikeouts. And now Steve Patterson going to go out to try to calm down his young sophomore and Cal Robbins, as the Irish have scored 2 runs in the last 2 innings, and it's now tied 3-3. So 3 the score, 2 balls and no strikes. It's Evan Collin. In the infield, all comes in. No force play at home. The Irish are threatening to come from behind and take the lead late. Quick pause as Jose Leon is standing at second and had to tie his shoes momentarily. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Pitch from Robbins, down and away. 3 balls and no strikes. On deck is Asher Olson. (3-0). Taken for a strike. 3-1. So Robbins finds the zone. (3-1) pitch. Foul tipped into the mitt of Bowers. 3-2. Full count. 2 on and 1 out. 2 in scoring position for the Irish in the top of the 7th. 3-3 game. Brand new ball game. Payoff pitch. Popped up behind the plate. Foul. Do it again. Three balls, 2 strikes. The pitch, high. It's a walk. The inning will continue for the Irish. It's been a single, sack bunt, single, hit by a pitch, and a walk, with 1 run coming in to score on a wild pitch. So bases loaded, 1 out. Asher Olson to the dish. Olson 1 for 3 today. First pitch. Belted in the air deep towards left field. A.J. Black giving chase, but there to cut it off in left center field is Dane St. Clair, who makes the catch for out number 2. Tagging at third and coming in to score is Cam Thomas. Jose Leon advances to third, and Sheldon has their first lead of the game. It is 4-3. So Asher Olson comes through with a sac fly.
Batters number 10, Jackson Detzler.
Brings up Jackson Detzler. So runners on the corners, 2 outs in a 1-run game in favor of Sheldon. Pitch outside, throw down towards second. Runner trying to move, and it's out. Good play by Amos Bowers to throw out Evan Collin. They were going with the double steal. Leon was heading home, and the tag was in time before Leon could reach home plate. Overall, the Irish are able to take the lead as we're going to head to the bottom of the 7th inning. The score is 4-3 Sheldon, thanks to a total of 2 hits and 2 runs, and 1 left stranded. Indians with some work to do in the bottom half of the inning here on 541radio.com. And the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Welcome back to Champion Car Wash Field. Bottom of the 7th inning, it is a new pitcher into the game for the Sheldon Irish. Moving from right field to the bump, it is Eli Wallace coming in, the lengthy 6'4" right-hander. Indians trail 4-3 as we begin the bottom of the 7th inning. Going from the mound out towards right field is Cam Thomas. Thomas, his final line, 6 innings pitched, 7 hits, 3 runs, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Really settled in. Only allowed 1 run and 2 hits in his final 3 innings after allowing 2 runs and 5 hits through the first 3. Did a good job in the 4th and 5th inning, and then in the 6th, did pick up 2 strikeouts, allowed the triple and single to give the Indians the lead, but he will not pick up the loss today after he singled in the 7th to extend the inning, and ultimately, he came in to score the go-ahead run as they lead 4-3 in come-from-behind fashion. The Irish scored 1 run in the 4th, 1 in the 6th, and 2 in the 7th after the Indians led 2-0 through 3 and 2-1 entering the 6th inning, and then 3-2 entering the 7th. Paxton Burke, Dane St. Clair, Cal Robbins, top of the order due up 1, 2, and 3. Here's Paxton Burke, the shortstop. He's 0 for 2 today. A walk, a stolen base, a run scored in the 1st inning. Back-to-back groundouts the 2nd in his last 2 plate appearances. We'll get the first look at Eli Wallace. First pitch, fastball high. 1 ball and no strikes. Looks like a lot of zip out of the right hand of Wallace. 1 ball and no strike to Burke. The pitch. Fastball down low. 2 balls and no strikes. So the Indians just 3 walks today. They had 10 of them against Sprague last Wednesday. 2-0 pitch. Breaking ball. Outside. 3 balls and no strikes. Burke trying to get aboard, be the tying runner on base. 3-0 pitch. Burke takes a strike on the outside part of the plate. 3 balls and a strike here in the bottom of the 7th. Indians trailing by 1. Trying to at least tie it, maybe send it to extras. 3-1 from Wallace. Outside, and the tying runner is at first base. It's leadoff walk to Paxton Burke, who again has a stolen base today. We'll see if he's active on the base paths. We'll also see if Dane St. Clair elects to try to sacrifice himself. He tried to go for the sacrifice bunt back in the 1st inning, popped it up in the infield, and ultimately Keaton Welch, the 3rd baseman, was able to field the pop-up and retire St. Clair. See if the Indians go for the sacrifice hit here to try to advance the tying runner in scoring position, and St. Clair does bunt it back up the middle. Fielding it is Wallace. He'll go to 2 for 1 and get the lead out there. So they went for the sac bunt, but Burke is out at second. It went right back to Wallace, who did a good job spinning towards second, throwing it there. So after the fielder's choice play, It brings up Cal Robbins with a runner at first in St. Clair and 1 out. 4-3 the score, bottom of the 7th. Sheldon leading 4-3. Robbins swings and pops it up out towards right field on the first pitch he sees. Cam Thomas, his first action out in right field is a catch made for out number 2. So first pitch swinging for Cal, and the Indians are now down to their final out. Brings up Jake Johnson. Special thanks to our sponsor, Roseburg Country Club. Stop by for the open house golf membership drive on May 4th from 5 to 8 p.m. Sign up for a membership that day and get 25% off. Definitely will want to head to that event. Let's get into golfing weather. The Roseburg Country Club, a phenomenal place to go golf here in the Umpqua Valley. Runner at first, 2 outs, 4-3 the score, bottom of the 7th. Jake Johnson trying to extend the game. First pitch. Checks his swing. He went around, and it was a nice breaking ball from Wallace that dropped in right at the knees for a strike. No balls, 1 strike. Jake Johnson, 2 for 3 today. 2 singles, 2 RBIs, and a strikeout. Swings and fouls it away. 0-2, and the Indians are down to their final strike. Johnson trying to keep the inning alive, trying to keep the game alive. The Indians led for a majority of the game. Sheldon coming from behind in the 7th. They lead by 1. No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Down and away in the turf. St. Clair is going to stay at first base. 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Jake Johnson, the cleanup hitter. It's probably who you want up at the plate in this situation to try to extend the lead. 1-2. It's grounded up the middle. At second is Leon, the shortstop, who fields and taps on the bag to end the game. Indians, they lose a heartbreaker and come from behind fashion. The Sheldon Irish come from behind and win it 4-3. Definitely a tough one for the Indians, who led for a majority of the game, but dropped this one by 1. We got that Oregon State game to get to in just a second, so we'll take our final 2-minute timeout. Wrap things up quickly here on 541radio.com and the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Welcome back here to Champion Car Wash Field. It is 4-3 the final. The Sheldon Irish pull it off in 7 innings. The Irish, they were down 2-0. The Indians scoring one run in the first, 1 run in the third to lead 2-0 after 3 innings. Sheldon answered back with a run of their own in the fourth. Each team scored a run in the 6th inning. The Indians were leading 3-2 entering the 7th, but 2 runs coming in for the Irish, including the go-ahead run on a wild pitch from Cal Robbins to give them the lead 4-3. Each team had 7 hits today, but it was the 4 runs for Sheldon that was the difference. Jake Johnson threw 6 1/3, 6 hits, 3 runs given up, a walk, a hit by pitch, and 6 strikeouts. Cal Robbins, he picks up the loss today. 2/3 of an inning, a hit, a run allowed, a walk, and a hit by pitch as well. No strikeouts for Cal. Cam Thomas was pretty good for Sheldon. 6 innings pitched, 7 hits, 3 runs, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Eli Wallace, he comes in, picks up the win with a inning pitch, no hits, no runs, a walk, and no strikeouts. Jake Johnson was 2 for 4 at the plate today, 2 RBIs for him. A.J. Black had a triple, and Danner Wirtz was a 2 for 2 hitter today with an RBI and a walk. Indians now fall to 7-4 on the season, 3-2 in Southwest Conference play. Sheldon, they're now 4-3 in Southwest Conference play and 6-6 on the season. The Sheldon Irish, they have this weekend off and they'll play at South Eugene next Tuesday. Speaking of South Eugene, the Indians will be playing at South Eugene coming up on Saturday. It's going to be a doubleheader for Roseburg coming up on Saturday. So they'll have 2 games at South Eugene High School. We'll have the call for both of those games right here on the score. Those games are going to be a doubleheader starting at 11 a.m. Game number 2 will be 30 minutes after game number 1. So the Indians dropped to 7-4 on the season after losing a tough one here today, 4-3 against Sheldon. Special thanks to our sponsor, Southern Septic Service. From residential to commercial, Southern Septic Service has your behind covered. When it comes to septic tank pumping and inspections, portable toilet rentals, and grease trap cleaning, Southern Septic Service is woman and veteran owned and a proud supporter of our local sports teams. Special thanks again to Barnes Heating and Cooling, Dr. Alanson Randall, Chuck Schwarm and Family Auto Repair, Flyway Travel, Fisher's Hearth and Home, DC Farmers Co-op, Cascade Community Credit Union, the Glendon Smokehouse, Gibbs RV Superstar, Palm Wealth Management, Bowers Industrial, Quality Fence, Southern Septic Service, and Roseburg Country Club. Indians dropped this one 4-3. Special thanks to everybody that made this broadcast possible. To Adam Blue, the athletic director at Roseburg High School, to Brendan Cranford, our producer back in studio. I'm Nate Jarecki saying so long from Champion Car Wash Field. Let's get you out to Westwood. It is 1-0 Oregon State right here on the score. 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.